God damn it. I don't know why I did that.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 3BG. We are back. Got a little bit of a difference here because we're giving our boy DjTsu a little bit of a break this week. Because he's doing big things. Moving out and stuff.
Yeah,
doing
I wish I had a good like black wholesome song to sing about like him like moving out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for a guy that's been in Japan and can't wait to get back.
This nigga moved out his parents' house. Take it from a nigga that did it as many times as him. That nigga, this is his 8th time leaving his folks' house.
I mean, it's
welcome to millennial life.
Yeah.
Jesus
but anyways,
Christ.
But this is special because me and D were kicking around ideas since it's October, obviously Halloween and stuff, movies and stuff, and I was thinking about different ones, and then D was like, "Hey," I said, "People under the stairs," and D was like, "No, that has to be
too good."
Because
I was also gonna say a movie that's actually above our pay grade that would have been interesting to go into, but we need more, I guess, time to look at it. I was gonna say City of Angels. Because I thought that was cool because that was Nick Cage saving the dead who are already dead, and there's a whole little psychological thing. I want us to do that, but I was like,
him being in love with Meg, I smile all the time. Ryan, that one.
No, I said City of Angels. You know when he was a paramedic.
Oh, that one. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, and he flipped the motherfucking thing because he was trying to get fired, and his boss couldn't fire him because he was actually good at his fucking job.
Yeah. So D decided to do Constantine, the 2005 movie, and we got Prime on here. And funny enough, I don't think I've never asked Prime his thoughts on Constantine, so I don't. It could be mixed, but I'll say this, at least for me personally, I knew about Constantine, but back during 2005, the forum days, the message board days and stuff, I remember people taking a huge dump on this fucking movie.
Woo! Same here. I didn't know nothing about Constantine until about 2009, and I'm a fan of this movie, and it soured it a bit. It soured it a real bit.
Back when it came out, they took a dump on this movie. But Prime, so when this movie dropped, what was your thoughts? Like just initially.
So I'm an old DC head, right? Yeah. So though to say at the time the movie came out, like I only knew Constantine through his appearances and Swamp Thing, or he would pop up sporadically in other books. So like I wasn't a huge Constantine fan. Like I was aware of Constantine. Well, now I am because I went back and I've gone back and I read a lot of things.
Yeah.
And when the movie came out, I was willing to give it a chance until I saw that they couldn't even get the fucking costume, even like. I understand the time frame it came out. Like people were allergic to comic book character costumes back in the day. I'm like, Constantine's costume was a fucking brown trench coat and a red tie.
It's a fucking brown duster and a tie. It's literally like a business attire.
You couldn't even do that. Okay. Look, I'll let the hair thing slide. No, I won't. I'm not gonna let the hair thing slide. He's a fucking blonde with a brown trench coat and a red tie, and you couldn't even fucking do that.
You know what? I said it best this way. You know what, Chris? This is what happens when Johnny Lee Miller says no. You're gonna have to. And I don't know if Johnny Lee Miller was in the running of this, but I love Keanu Reeves. I will never say nothing wrong about him. But Keanu Reeves is just like Drake. Oh, you're going to get your money's worth. You're not getting growth. You're not going to get growth. That's like Drake. I love Drake. You want to get a good beat, good flow. Is it something new from Drake? Not really.
I mean, Robot Chicken did probably the funniest sketch ever about Keanu Reeves and how he plays the same character. And I love the part where they came from off of Dracula and I was like, "Hello, demon. I'm Keanu Reeves and I'm John Constantine." I fucking hollered because it's like, it literally was the same character from Bram Stoker's.
And that's like, okay, so that's another thing that really bothered me. So like Constantine's origin, like, isn't that off the wall? Isn't off that break? Like,
no, it really isn't.
So I like even going through it, I wonder like, why did they cut out Astra? Like, why did they change that? I'm like, you could have just took Constantine's name out of this shit and called it Johnny Demon Hunter number 15 and like nothing would fucking change.
And that's the problem. God damn it, that's the problem. At the very end of the day, this is not Constantine. There are Constantine things in it. This is a Constantine type story. This ain't Constantine though.
That's not Constantine though. Not even in the.
Hey, real talk though. Real talk though. Did you know that Nick Cage was originally supposed to be John Constantine?
So he's just gonna just.
That's debatable if it's worse. That's the worst part. That's debatable if it would have been worse.
So this motherfucker just gonna skip pop his way around the DC universe. That's what you're doing now, Nick? That's hot in the streets, bro.
Uh-huh. Okay. Remember, this is before there was structure to this shit. This is before Feige said, fuck that. I got an organized plan that's gonna work. Trust me. By the time we get to phase 2, shut the fuck up. By the time we get to phase 2, niggas is gonna be sold on this shit.
Hey, you know what? Somebody in the chat said it best. That explains Drive Crazy.
Yeah.
And look, I'm one that actually hyped the shit off of Drive Crazy initially off the trailer. Like, this is some Nick Cage shit. I'm in. And granted, the movie was on par with what I expected to be. So it's like, I can't really be mad at that. It is what it is. But
it wasn't as good as I thought it would have been.
But Constantine, you have to be subtle. And I think if Nick Cage was Constantine, it would have been like wacky ass Nick Cage doing faces and shit. And
or my favorite Nick Cage, where he's barely acting. Where it's like, Nick, you just showed up, like he just reads his line off.
I need a check.
you know, he just gets in there, he just walks right in there. Well, what happened to the dead body? Well, that's obviously somebody else. Come into the light, I beg of thee.
Oh,
it could have been that Nick Cage.
Like Nick,
it could have been that Nick Cage, man.
Can you at least like
emote, act?
And that's the thing that killed me. Nick Cage. See, that's the funny thing is, many movies that Nick Cage has been in, he hasn't earned the right like Eric Roberts. Where if you bought Eric Roberts, god damn it, that's who you bought. He's gonna act for you. It doesn't matter how shitty the movie is. Wow, that's a lot of lines. You want me to do it? All right. And you watch the movie. Eric Roberts is the best thing in this whole goddamn movie. Like, Nick Cage doesn't have that. And I never understood why. He gets picked way more. He get all these headline movies, and yet half of them he's not even awake for.
Yeah, so the whole structure of Constantine is basically revolving around the Spear of Destiny and various people over the course of this movie that get possessed because they have the Spear of Destiny and stuff.
Okay, which by the way, is it just me, or did like the plot just all seem just like disconnected, like none of it really mattered at all? Like,
you know what got me? When they brought up the Antichrist, Satan's son and all the rest of that crap, something hit me in the back of my head. So why we did any of the first part of the movie then?
I'm like, why does the Spirit of Destiny need to be in the movie?
That doesn't make any sense if we're going to do that anyway. If Satan's son, if he needs to just be born and let him be born, I don't think you need a Spirit of Destiny. Why would the power of because it was good enough to strike Jesus? All right, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That's how it feels. So I hate plots like that. I really do.
So basically, it structures around Angela. Her twin sister basically gets possessed by Lucifer's son, and that's his way of escaping hell, so he can rule the earth and use the Spirit of Destiny to do it. That's
because he needs a powerful psychic first off to connect with the world, and then he needs the Spirit of Destiny to birth him somehow.
And she's the powerful psychic, and since that's her twin sister, she's also kind of connected in a way to it and stuff. And what's interesting with John Constantine when we see him at the beginning is like he's helping this family exorcise this demon from this girl, and we find out through kind of like just exhibition.
No, you find out through him exercising her first off.
Yeah,
him exercising her through a mirror.
It's an interesting scene. I like it.
All right, you know what? All right. See, here's the funny thing.
Where it gets to be in Constantine, like one of the few moments where we skirt the edge.
Thank you. I was just about to ask you that because I haven't really read. I didn't read old Constantine. I ain't read none of Constantine like when it was like straight up Vertigo. Vertigo comics. I didn't read that time, but I still know shit that happened. Am I right by saying Constantine things happen in this fucking movie? Like, even to some of the lines that Keanu Reeves says, it's like, if that was British, that would have landed so much better. Like, like, this is still a Constantine story, so I'll give it that. If you can take away from a lot, you can take a lot away from this movie, but it's kind of Constantine.
Part of me feels as though when they did this movie,
dumbed down, but it's Constantine.
Yeah, part of me feels like when they did this movie, it was a plug and play. Like, we don't have to get a Brit. Just get Keanu. He's a popular actor. Boom, put him in there, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. So if I'm also not mistaken, the director Francis Lawrence. I think he's been quoted as saying, like, although the film is based on like Hellblazer comic books, which that means they're aware of Hellblazer comics.
Yeah.
Said that he didn't want the movie to feel like a comic book, which says to me, motherfucker, have you read Hellblazer? Like, are you aware? I mean,
Hellblazer.
What the fuck? Huh?
That's not a normal comic. That's like The Crow. You're reading a graphic fucking novel, dude.
I mean, you realize comic books don't equal superheroes, right, my dude?
Yeah.
I mean, well, let's look at it though. We're talking 2005,
which
we were in that era where it was weird. Like, we were having these comic book movies, and it was like they saw Nolan, because Nolan Batman movie. I think what year did Dark Knight come out? No, Dark Knight came out 2008. So Batman Begins had already dropped, if I remember correctly. I think.
Did it?
Or was it 06?
Or was it 06?
I thought it was 06. I thought it was 06, 05.
Yeah, it could be.
But still,
that era was like kind of like rife.
Yeah.
You look at all the movies that came out, like your Fantastic Fours and your Ghost Riders and all that stuff. It was like they were skirting on that edge of like, hey guys, you know Ghost Rider? All right, cool. And then you gave us this other stuff that's not even part of the comics, and it's like, okay, cool. And that's what
you know what it is.
You know what? I take it back because I just remember one of the producers on this movie was Akiva Goldsman, who wrote fucking Batman and Robin. So I can understand why he was like, yeah, let's be as far from comic booky as possible, please.
That's what I was about to say. You know what, Chris? Blame 3 movies for hurting comics. Well, at least the way people see them. All right, as what you call childish, juvenile, like, come on, always da 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 da. Blame 3 things for that. Number 1, blame the old 66 Batman. Also, blame Superman, the first Superman movie, and blame Spider-Man.
Hey, you know what's ironic?
I say that because everybody that left the theater or even saw them wanted to be that superhero, wanted to fly and all that. Niggas was acting like they was swinging when he came out of suit. Spider-Man trying to crawl on the wall.
Here's the pure irony, though. You're talking about 05. Later that year, we got that TV show Supernatural.
Which is more Constantine.
Yeah, which is more Constantine, but it's ironic that show, especially the first season, like that first season was like crazy Constantine. Yeah, they were dealing with, super, like, the Jersey Devil and all that shit, but fine, whatever, right? But it felt more like Constantine than what the movie was earlier that year. And it's like, huh.
I truly remember from that show, Amy Acker's ass.
This is true. Yeah, she was Ruby, wasn't she?
I think she's in one episode. I don't know. I only watched it because she was in that one episode, so I don't really know.
but the point is like that opening scene where he's getting like the demon out the girl. I was like, this is a dope ass scene. Like, all right, cool. And then Shia LaBeouf popped up, and you're like, whoa, hey, what's going on here, movie? Don't do this.
Hey, Shia, I forgot you was in this movie. You know what? Fuck you, movie. I say this for one reason. I wasn't expecting Shia to be much in this, but the way he went out, what? That was it.
Like, you get knocked on the ceiling. Sin City came out in 05.
Fuck you.
Actually, funny enough, Sin City did come out in 2005, and that was way more comic booky than anything that came out at the time. So
again, I think a lot of people just saw that image, and that's what they think that comics are. It's like how people think, right? And it's like how certain people look at pro wrestling and go, "Oh, it's fake, it's stupid." It's that dumb. Why are you still thinking that way type of mentality? Like, nobody thinks like that, dog. There's what's one of your favorite movies? The Crow. Like, nigga.
So Shia plays Chaz Kramer, and he kind of plays. I'm not gonna say groupie, but like
he's apprentice. He's apprentice.
He's apprentice. My bad. He's apprentice. Yeah, he's a plucky sidekick, and like I felt like he borderline annoying, but he wasn't annoying. Like you feel he
wasn't in the movie enough to be annoying.
I was just going to say, like, thankfully he wasn't in the movie that much.
Yeah, it felt like he really wanted to be like Constantine, but like in his own way a little bit, because he really was into the occult and all that stuff. I was like, okay, he's interested enough. All right, cool. And then
real quick, I'm sorry. I want to bring up one person. I don't know her by name. But you've seen her in the movie. She was the demon that said like holy water and started burning. Apparently, they cut out a whole romance between her and Constantine out of the movie. Yeah, I'm not joking. This is one of the most Constantine things that they could take out. Constantine boning a demon. That sounds like Constantine to me. And they cut it out.
Let's be fair. This Constantine is like really surprisingly asexual. Like the fucking detective chick, like she was broadcasting. He didn't give a fuck. He was like, okay, good for you.
Yo, so you mean to tell me Constantine, who knows that Sarah on fucking Legends of Tomorrow ain't gonna suck his dick, will still shoot in the middle of a fucking fight? He'd be like, so try and go in the back left. Like, yo,
that dude banged Sarah, turned around and had a black boyfriend. Like immediately,
had a black boyfriend. Fell in love with the nigga too.
Fell in love with him. I was like, and then you get into the cartoon. Then you get into the cartoon. He fucked King Shark, and I was like, you know what?
That was the greatest thing ever. It was already amazing. I already praised that movie for actually putting like Constantine and keep him in the story like that. But the fact that you gave King Shark the greatest line in the whole movie, it's been an honor to fight.
Bruh, but what made that scene funny? What made it seem funny is not the fact that he fucked King Shark. It's just the fact that fucking Raven looked at him like, "Ew, you fucked Harley." I'm like, "Wow."
He was like,
"Nigga, you crazy? I ain't fucking that crazy bitch."
Just the
that's my boo thing over there.
What the fuck,
dude? The wink from King Shark is like, man, that must have been some good ass fucking dick. Goddamn.
Hey, King Shark's a shark. King Shark is a shark.
Have you seen them jaws though?
Man.
But yeah, you're right. This Constantine, surprisingly, does not stick his dick out one time. I give it up. Hey, progressing.
Hey, but kids, the other lingering subplot, Constantine has lung cancer, so everybody and their mama is coming after him for his soul, which I thought it was actually pretty funny, honestly, a little bit. I actually laughed a little bit.
Yeah, that's hella Constantine. That's his actual storyline when he was dying from cancer.
It's just like I just like how everybody had the Birdman hand rub, like any minute now. Whoa, we can't wait, baby.
Shit, guess who about to be down here in hell? No way. JC, yeah.
Let me get to my fresh pokers.
Bro,
shit, man. This is man. This is Hitler all over again, man. Oh, damn.
No, what makes it even more funny is that, dude, what makes it even more funny is like I like Tilda Swinton as Gabriel because even she's Birdman hand rubbing like, hey, you already know you're gonna die, right? You already know. All right, cool.
Now this is kind of funny. I know that he does conduct with angels like that. That like you know that more than me. Yes, that happens, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That does happen, right? Prime in the comic, he does.
Yeah, he stays.
I don't know about Gabriel or Michael and them. I don't know, but
yeah, he stays converting with supernatural and angelic beings. Like that's Constantine does.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. It's just. I
don't know. I just thought Gabriel. Like, damn, that's kind of high on the fucking rank right there, though. But
well, I mean, it's like
I'm talking to the Justice League. It's like talking to the Justice League. Who you talking to? Superman? Shit, really?
I mean, but it's like between Gabriel and fucking Balthazar and shit. Balthazar really fucking Birdman hand rubbing like, hey, what's going on, John? And you gonna die yet or what?
Like looking real delectable there, Johnny boy.
I just like how he just says his name like Balthazar, and I'm like, damn, it's like Newman from fucking Seinfeld and shit.
Yep.
Now, why you put that out there? So now I want to see them living across each other, friend style. Like, why would you?
He just broke.
Comes at you.
They just bump into each other in the hallway. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Balthazar.
The bodega. Do you need anything?
Did we just make a better movie than this movie?
Kinda. This is not hard, man. You know what would have made this a better movie, and it didn't cost a thing? Giving him a brown trench coat. It wouldn't cost you.
They was like, nah, we're gonna make a Men in Black, except give him a black duster instead of a fucking brown duster.
But here's the funny thing.
And then, this is kind of pattern inside the fucking duster, like when he took it off to put his friend down, like that fucking elegant ass. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, what?
It's all bullshit. This ain't John Constantine. Why? They ain't a pee stain on his fucking pants.
Talking about this a $200 shirt, really, John? At the thrift store, John? Really?
I highly doubt that was $200, but okay.
Okay.
Look, John Constantine. I'll be real with you. You look like a white boy that don't wash like for a whole week. So,
man, he changed. This
is a pretty clean Constantine.
Chain smokes, chills inside the fucking chills with his boy. With Father Hennessy, who is an alcoholic as hell, which I think is, that's funny. That's how much of a trope that still is and stuff. I
mean, it would be, Chris, because when I think about other holy men who were drunks, I think of priest. Jim Beam. I think of him. I also think of that foreign priest. What's his name? Svek. I think of him. I think of. You can't forget about Bishop. You can't forget about Bishop Smirnoff. Can't forget about him.
I mean, you deal with demons. I don't blame him for drinking because it's like, this is some crazy ass shit. I need a drink, man. Fuck this.
But I think that was like magic, wasn't it? It suppresses shit.
I'm assuming it is.
That sounds like some Constantine shit too.
I mean, it's so, but it made it more funny when like when the demons come for him and stuff, and he's trying to drink out of it and stuff, and it's like, I'm not drinking anything. It was trippy as shit. It's like, so is he drinking that stuff? I guess he is. It
was a cool little effect. I like it because the second you put it down, all of a sudden you see the water, the fucking liquor coming out the bottle. I thought that was cool.
I also like how when they found his body, they said like he was actually drinking, but he was thinking that he wasn't. Like he was just fucking balls. I'm like,
alcohol poisoning. It's like, there you go. I mean, but I remember watching it. I was like, man, this is that's like really fucked up. It's like, man, I can't. It's like.
And at the same time, John was talking about what demons, how demons act, and everybody have different ways that demons can attack you. And they said most of the time they're influencers. They don't take much for them to fuck up a whole room. All they have to do is say one word, and somebody's dying, and somebody is going to kill somebody. That type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
so it don't take much for that. And you saw that happen when Hennessy's over there.
Yeah, and then you got Digimahansu playing Papa Midnight, who basically
shouts out to my man. He's getting that DC money. He don't give a fuck,
man. He
So this movie Shazam. What else was he in?
Aquaman.
Yes, he was. Shit. He ain't voiced nobody yet, did he?
Yeah,
he ain't do no voicing yet, did he?
He did the fucking the Fisherman King in Aquaman.
Hold on, he was a voice of somebody. I know he was. Hold on.
I don't think he voiced nobody in DC. Oh,
you're talking about cartoons?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I was like, he did the Fisherman King in that movie, but yeah, I don't think he's done like
him playing old man Shazam for me was the best thing ever. I'm like, Hans, dude, what you doing over here? Shut up, boy.
Shut up, white man. Actually, he actually voiced in NBA 2K21. Actually. Oh shit! You know what, D?
Why? I mean, what?
D? Anyway. He did voice. He voiced Black Panther in that BET.
I knew that. I knew that actually. Yeah, and that's what started an avalanche of.
He should be Black Panther.
No. That started an avalanche of niggas who are now in their late 40s and 50s, still in this comic book shit.
Hey, look, man. But Papa Midnight, he's a witch doctor who actually did fight against hell, and then was like, you know what, man? How about I just, be neutral and all this shit, and everybody can just come here and air their grievances without any fights. And Constantine
Yeah,
didn't like that shit.
and I can have myself a stereotypical 2000s nightclub with demons and a hellscape in there. I'm sorry, that same club could have been in Blade. That same
Actually,
club
that was the
could have
same
been
club in Blade 2.
See what I'm saying? That could be in any fuck. Or actually, you know what it reminded me of? This is gonna sound so stupid. It reminded me of the club that was in the episode of Spider-Man with Blade.
Ooh, bro.
It kind of reminded me of that for a little bit. Oh God, why did
man.
I remember that? Why did I fucking remember that?
Actually,
Anyway, whatever.
This movie just reminds me. I'm like, can you imagine if Guillermo del Toro wasn't busy with Hellboy if he did this movie?
Oh, it would have been fucking Constantine because he would have actually read a fucking comic book.
Well, I think he has read Hellblazer. I think.
Actually, that being said, I don't think Del Toro would have did. This seems like Del Toro would get bored with this because he's such a big fan of high fantasy.
I think he would have did more. I think he would did a lot of demon. I think he would did like more like demon suits and costumes and did this spectacle on that end more than anything else.
I think he was also attached. He wanted to do Justice League Dark, but I would actually I want to see him do a Swamp Thing myself.
Oh, I want to see. You know what?
Hey, apparently,
I'm not getting. I take either or. I'm
not getting people's hopes up when I say this. Apparently, them Swamp Thing ratings are really good. It might get a second season, so I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Don't do that.
No. I do, dude. Bro,
hey.
I'm like Hawkeye in Endgame. Don't give me hope. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't you dare give me hope. But yeah, he would have been a great Swamp Thing, which again, that's another character that was funny as shit in that Justice League movie where Constantine literally was like, get the hell up, man. You want people to fucking fucked up the environment? All right, I guess I need to destroy this machine. I was like, yeah, of course. That makes sense, dude. Come on. But like, so the whole thing with Constantine dealing with Papa Midnight and the whole neutrality, he starts getting very suspicious of Balthazar, because he's having that conversation with Papa Midnight and whether it ties into Abigail's, God, I can't get the word. Her investigation into her sister's death, because she's the one that hires Constantine to pretty much get an understanding of why her sister committed suicide and stuff. Because we find out that her sister was possessed by, like I said, by Satan's son and stuff. So it's a pimp scene, at least to me, where he literally is in a tub and he basically dies and he's in hell and he ends up recovering her sister's like hospital band while he's in hell and stuff. And the whole setup is basically he has to find something that attached her. Basically, what was it? Attached to her in order to get it out or something like that.
Yeah, he did something that had a connection with her to find her, because it's like doing a haystack in hell.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, and like he gets to hell, he gets the actual hospital thing and stuff. And as you see in the background image and stuff, that's pretty much all the demons are like grabbing onto him, like, "Oh, motherfucker, you are not going to take that with you." And then boom, he gets.
You know what? I will give it up this
early.
Yeah.
Hey, John, how's it going?
I would give it up the scene itself, the way it looks. It didn't age as much as I thought it would. I thought it was going to look like, when I watched this again, it was going to age on me. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
But it was interesting too. Oh, Lisa?
But that scene worse in modern movies. So.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, but what's interesting is that after that happens and stuff, like Angela is literally like talking to Constantine, and Constantine was like, "Well, hold on though, you're a psychic too," and she's like, "Yeah, but I suppressed it, and my sister got committed to a mental hospital because of her gift." I was like, "Damn, that's pretty fucked up."
You know what? As many people who I know who are like spiritual, or at least say they are, whatever. But I know people that have that type of relationship where they say not only that they say they seen like ghosts or something like that, but they had a gift and they suppressed it on purpose.
Yeah,
like that was something that was very special and unique to me, and I just no.
Strange to me.
Stove hot. No.
Made this change to, instead of making like John Constantine have demon blood, or like just lean more into the supernatural, like they had to add we're psychics. Why couldn't they just be magically inclined? Like, why did it have to be specifically a psychic? I don't
Yeah, I mean, but
I think they didn't have. Well, again, they didn't have. I don't know.
I mean, what's interesting is that like she doesn't believe it initially because again she's like a devout Catholic, so she's like, I don't believe this shit. And I'm like, come on, like you just said your sister's psychic, but you know, but
it is a kind of a tired trope you get in these movies, but you gotta go through that shit.
like,
The
I
person
believe, and I'm like, yeah,
I don't believe to believe. That's why. Yeah, it was interesting with Homegirl and American Gods, but I know they're going to make that a bigger crux of the story. It's going to piss me off. So,
I mean,
that shit right now.
It's one of the reasons why I kind of hated like how a lot of like Dracula tropes got away from like the cross as a thing that can kill him, because I always felt that was kind of an interesting idea of kind of keeping that religious aspect to Dracula. And now it's like, you better have silver or else you're fucked. And I'm like, well, damn, like that kind of.
I don't know. I've always felt that was stupid. I always felt that he can't take. Well, I know it's holy. It's holy versus evil and shit. But it always felt kind of silly to me that Dracula will see a crucifix and go, nigga, like that felt silly to me.
Not just necessarily that, like how I read from Vampire Stories, how I interpreted it is that it's not the cross or the cross itself or its religious connotations, but the act of the sacrifice, because vampires are inherently selfish creatures, and so the sacrifice of Christ is one of the things that like that pure act, that willing sacrifice is what repels them. They're like, what the fuck? That's weak.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because it was just kind of interesting. That is actually a different angle and stuff. But like when she's explained the whole thing with the sister, Constantine basically tells her that he had basically explains his origin, so to speak, the movie's origin for him.
You know what?
Basically,
fuck.
Okay.
Hold on, what you say?
I said I hate that origin.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, they. If you want to call this origin, be my guest.
I mean, apparently Constantine could see visions and stuff, and then he decided to commit suicide. And basically, since he got revived by the paramedics and stuff, that's why all the fucking demons are kind of Birdman hand rubbing, like, you were supposed to go to hell. All right, you cheated. You all right? Mm-hmm. Okay,
I don't know.
We got you.
I felt like that was dumb. I felt like it was so dumb to me. Like, wait a minute. So he tried to kill himself, but they revived him, and because they revived him, that took away a soul they was going to get. But to me, if God is omnipotent and know everything was going to happen, they were never going to get him in the first place because he was never going to die there.
Hey,
so thus, the act of suicide never fucking really happened. But he died for 2.5 seconds. So, but I don't know. Still, I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, it's yeah. So
it just seems like that. Whatever.
So okay, I think maybe the reason they changed the origin. This is just me spitballing. Okay. So they needed to have a connection to have him with the twin sister who committed a suicide. So like, he committed it too, so he knows what that's like. Yeah. And so as we know, Constantine is an asshole with a heart of gold. And so that's why his original origin is he condemned that poor girl to hell. Like he had an active hand in it, and wasn't just a passive bystander in a similar type situation. So he had to carry that guilt, and that's one of the things that makes Constantine an interesting character, because he is striving to do good, not for a selfish reason. Well, it is for a selfish reason because it's to appease his conscience. But Constantine is doing it because like, I sent this girl to hell. Like I got to make up for that shit. This Constantine is like, I killed myself and I went to hell. I don't want to go to hell. Let me do good deeds and like get brownie points so I can go to heaven.
I mean, everybody literally. I mean, Balthazar and Gabriel literally mock him. Like, but you think saving these people are gonna fucking not get you going to hell? Like, okay.
You know what? Look, it is a good way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good twist of doing it, but at the with the circumstances, because you got to make the connection with him and the twins. Fair enough. That's fine enough, but it does kind of take something away from the core character of Constantine. That's why this movie looks, smells, and even acts like Constantine, but it's not it. It's just not there. And it's because of that aspect right there.
Hate to be that guy, but it's straight up great value Constantine. It's like an off-brand Constantine. It's Constantine. It's
Spike TV presents John Constantine.
Hey, you pick everybody, come down to Sam's Club and pick up your Sam's Club cola, Constantine cola for 99 cents. Here's me. Whoa. A whole 12-pack for 99 cents only at Sam's Club.
Well, what does it taste like? Regret.
What's it taste like? It kind of like Constantine.
Without the bite.
Or the accent. Or the accent.
Or the accent. Or the blonde fucking hair.
No duster.
I mean, like, was it like a fucking shortage around dusters and some shit? Like, you couldn't find one red tie anywhere in Hollywood? Like, nobody had a red tie.
I don't know, man. It's
you know what that was? I'm gonna say it. It was focus tested like usual.
I think it was
focus tested. The 12-year-old in here, the 11-year-old don't think it's cool to wear the brown, wear the black.
Well, I mean, think about it like this.
Matrix.
Like when they did Blade, it was easy because that's Blade's fucking costume. Like, come on, like, you know, you're not. I mean, I was not expecting them to go 1970s Blade, even though that would have been funny as shit if they did that. I wasn't expecting that. Now, granted, I'm looking at the MCU like, you better give me that goddamn 1970s fucking outfit.
Why?
Pop collar and the afro. I'm throwing the chair through the goddamn screen. In this movie, we have a fucking pop collar and the afro.
Hey, Mahershala Ali, yo, they need to give Mahershala Ali the fucking 70s afro. Don't go to Tyler Perry's fucking wig studio. Don't do that shit. You gotta give him the good wig. The good afro wig.
Yeah, we don't want to take the break. Come on, man.
No. We gotta give him the good wig, the goggles, and the bandoliers of wooden stakes. Done. That's all I get. 2-minute flashback sequence. That's all I asked. That's all I asked.
You ain't getting that. You know you ain't, man.
I know I'm not. But
if they do give it to us, it's gonna be like, oh, come on, y'all didn't try. Opportunity wasted. And you know how petty I get, Chris. Well, Chris, that was the make or break. D, that was a make or break, Chris. This movie gets a D-. Come on, D. Look, they had a chance. It was wide open. You know I can't let it go by. I cannot let that go by.
What they do though? They're gonna make him looking like fucking Jefferson Twilight from fucking Venture Brothers. That's what they're gonna end up making him look
Here's the thing. I will accept that, but
I killed Blackulus.
Wait, Chris. I'm sorry. No, Chris, look. I know I'm never going to match you on knowledge of Venture Brothers, but I love the fact that you keep mentioning Venture Brothers shit as much as possible.
Dude,
I do appreciate you for that.
Sorry, like the fact that he specifies he only kills Blackulus
and nothing else.
I was like, what? Oh man, that's a show written by 2 white guys that I guarantee you love them some Blackula 1 and 2. I know they do. I fucking know they do. Jackson.
Actually, I've never seen Blackula once. Now, personally, I love Vampire in Brooklyn. All right, cool.
All right, cool.
Not Scream. Blackula Scream was just awful. Masturbated at that one scene with Pam Grier, him though, like 7 times when I was a kid.
Oh my god, man! You know what's funny is like you look like. So Beeman gets killed, which I'm still trying to this day, I get kind of confused because I don't know whether that was Balthazar that set that up or whether it was
Balthazar.
Okay. All right.
It was Balthazar because she found we remember right after that, that's when he tried to drown her, which I thought that scene was kind of cool because I just thought it was acted very well because he told her you got to go underneath the water. She goes underneath the water. And she sits there, opens her eyes, just staring, waiting. All of a sudden, she's like, all right, I got to get up. Wait a minute, nigga, you ain't letting me up. And then, he drowns her and all that shit.
I like how she had the look of her face like, how dare this guy drown me? I'm like, you wanted this.
Yeah, that look, she did have that look like, this nigga really going to kill me. Oh, my God. He's really about to make me drown. Like I said, I don't know how many takes they had to do it, but I thought it was well acted. I actually kind of like that.
Hey, Rachel Wise had the perfect face for that shit. That's what made me roll. I was like, she really had an innocent. You're drowning me. I thought you were fucking with me, right?
I know, right? I know. And if like, I would like, it's kind of funny. I do remember listening to the commentary of this movie, but I don't remember hearing nothing about that scene. I don't remember nothing about that.
I mean, because it's funny because we're talking about the actors. Like Rachel Weisz was actually really good in this movie. I actually did enjoy her. She did.
I thought you know what? I know it sucks that she had to come out at a time where Naomi, who's the other girl? Naomi Watts. Who's the other one? All those same girls that came out of that one cluster in the middle of that. Gyllenhaal was in it too. She did come in a clusterfuck of white girls who all the same to D, but
I mean, Rachel Weisz.
But she was good in this movie. She's good in this movie.
Rachel Weisz, like, it's funny. I loved her in the Mummy movies. She
was really good in the Mummy movies. Yeah, I think a lot of niggas fell in love with her in there, and it's like y'all stand for her for no damn reason. It's like 6 of them. It's like 6 of those dudes. It's not a big group.
Yeah, I mean, but she because I think it was one other movie that I saw. She did Enemy at the Gates. I thought she was really good in that too. So it's like, all right, you doing your thing and stuff like that. And then you did Oz the Great and Powerful, and I'm like, man, what happened?
Look, Chris, look. That movie was as good as I hated how everybody overhyped that movie, man.
Then now everybody's looking at her and Black Widow like, well, let's see how she does in that movie whenever it drops.
Look, man. I'm just glad she didn't go Elizabeth Shue on me. Where Elizabeth Shue just caught me off guard. How old she got? That just caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that.
I knew you were going to say something when you saw the boys like, that throws me off.
No, it was episode 2. I was like, Elizabeth Shue. Pause. You know how Amazon brings up the cast on the bottom. Holy fuck! Really, Liz? Ew, breastfeeding.
But real tip though, like, what was funny? They advertised the shit out of that gun that John Constantine builds.
Okay.
They advertised that shit. Help me.
I have only seen John Constantine brandish a sword, like a pickaxe, a dagger.
Not a gun though.
I never seen a gun. Help me.
Am I tripping? I could have sworn he never really wielded as a gun.
I'm digging. I'm thinking. Going through the Rolodex. I've never seen him use a gun.
I mean, Molotov cocktails. Throwing them.
I did see him bless a glove and put hands on a nigga, so I can believe the brass knuckles. I will go with the brass knuckles.
Hey, I love that. I thought that was actually dope. It's like,
I will go with the brass knuckles. But the gun, that's the one thing. That's American bullshit, isn't it? That's some American bullshit right there.
Look.
Right, that shit.
Yo, here's the shitty part. That's some shit that would drive toy sales, and yet they didn't make no fucking toy from that damn gun.
Here's a.
I'm sorry, dude. If that was the 80s, they would have made a gun for that fucking shit. Like, come kids, get your Hasbro John Constantine gun.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, Chris, good.
Mommy, I want the John Constantine gun. You want the what now?
It's a whole gun.
Okay. Real story. When we went on true story, we went to San Diego, right? Me and Eris was just walking around on the big ass rooms, and we have all the figures, right? It was I don't know, if it was McFarlane or whoever did it, but we were staring at Constantine, and we were like, "That's not Neo. Who is that? Me and Eric stood there for like a minute and a half before somebody was like, "Oh, Constantine." I was like, "Oh, see."
Just staring in confusion, like, is that?
We were still, that's why they didn't bring no toys out of this shit, man. It's amazing. That's amazing too, Chris. Because DC at that time was so stupid. That's why they got rid of Young Justice so quick. And even though that was Cartoon Network also, but you know how they will horse shit out. DC will horse shit out. I don't think they're as bad as Marvel because they don't do it right.
If you think about that time period, right? Because we're talking about that time period pre-MCU, right? I remember when the movies that came out, right? like the X-Men films, the Bryan Singer X-Men films, they had actual like Hasbro. They actually had toys that came out for it, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember that.
I don't remember the Wesley Snipes movies having toys connected to their movies. I don't. So that's off the record. I think the Fantastic Four movies did. Spider-Man movies did.
Yes, they did. The Spider-Man movies did because I I still own. Well, not no more. I think my son finally broke it, but I still had the Spider-Man from the Spider-Man 1 movie.
Yeah, Ghost Rider never had one, which is kind of funny. Oh, he did?
They did have something. They had to have something.
They had something. Wow. He had a small line. I also know he had a figure in Marvel Legends.
Did that Elektra movie birth any toys or no?
It had figurines. Again, see that's the thing. But see that's the thing when it comes to toys like that, you're only going to get them in figurines. You're only going to get them in figurines.
The Ben Affleck Daredevil, I believe it did have toys.
It did because I have a fucking Marvel Legend that's Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Did they? So yeah, because I remember they had the Black Kingpin. Yeah, so it's kind of strange. Like
they did have black. They wouldn't though, Chris. Just off of that example I gave you, the fact that me and Eris were sitting there looking at John Constantine with Keanu Reeves' face, and we're sitting on there like, so what character is that?
Constantine.
That's not Neo. No. Oh, that's nigga for Street Kings. Like, motherfucker, how that Street Kings is Keanu? That's not him. And then finally somebody, Constantine. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I gotta be real, man.
He looks the same.
I need one vampire movie where somebody punches Dracula with fucking holy brass knuckles. That's all I ask. Just give me that.
That had to happen. Hold on, that had to happen.
Oh, that has to be in some movie.
I mean, because come on, man, because bro, when he punches Balthazar and it's like the slow motion, you see the skin peeling off. I was like, that's actually a pretty dope scene. He just comes out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, never mind. Dude,
I was laughing like a motherfucker. He was punching this shit out. He's like, you're never gonna win. I'm like, this motherfucker, he punched you twice with brass knuckles, and I thought to myself, those are holy brass knuckles, though.
And I love how during the whole point in time, he's already like, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and bless this nigga so he can burn. Go ahead, talk about also. Let's go. Keep talking. Oh man, that gun, man, dear God. And then like, so at this point, that's when Angela gets kidnapped by she ends up getting kidnapped by what's his face, the Mammon. Basically, she like it's a wild scene because it's a wild scene. Oh, what you say?
That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah, it's funny too because she has this look on her face like, what the fuck's going on? Like she knows something's like touching her and she just gets dragged. I'm like, whoa, oh, okay, oh, shit, okay, this is interesting.
They do that a few times in this movie like that, man. I love that effect. I actually really think it's a well done effect.
Yeah, it's like a long pause. So at this point, this is where John just says, fuck it. He bust up in fucking Papa Midnight's place and was like, hey, nigga, you gonna fucking help me. I like how Papa Midnight like, bruh, don't fucking bust up in my shit.
No, you gotta do it. You gotta do it just like Hansu. You come into my place. I am the balance. I am balance. I take no sides.
Yo, but
I'm just like John. Like, how long you gonna be playing Switzerland, nigga? We can't be doing this shit right now, bro. Like, you are holding up the whole class, man.
I love how he checks him on it. Like, yo, I'm just trying to save somebody, so you gonna help me or not, bro? You know, whatever.
I mean, yo. Either you are, or you ain't.
Yeah, because Papa Midnight basically has the chair that gives John the ability to kind of see where Mammon is and stuff. So basically, John sits in this chair, bare feet, and Papa Midnight electrocutes the floor.
I love how they do it too, because it's one of those scenes where he you need alcohol, so he pours it on the ground, he drinks it, give it to Constantine. Constantine drinks it, give it back to him, he drink it again.
I mean, and it's like
it is one of them because at the same time, yes, it's needed for what they need to do, but at the same time, it's like, man, this is about to be wild as fuck, bro.
I mean, look, like you said, with the effect of him like going and looking through Mammon where it is and stuff, it's like, man, Mammon was a very well-traveled fucking demon. Jesus Christ.
That motherfucker walked, yo. Shit. Got hit by a car. got hit by a car, jumped over the impenetrable wall that Donald Trump made. I'm sorry, that Jimmy Carter made. Jimmy Carter made it.
To be fair, he got hit by a fucking. Well, I thought it was a bus he got hit, but but the funny thing is, he got hit and was like, "All right, I'm gonna have to get a new body because this body is fucked up after getting hit by this car." So by this point, like he went from like a young man to I think he went and possessed like a little girl at one point, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that's where we're at.
Look, man, got to get there somehow.
Hey, I think you do have to kind of incrementally get to that point because it can't just be an old lady that Mammon possesses. That's just too predictable at this stage and stuff.
It's all about covering ground, Chris. That's really what it's about.
Yeah, it is. That's a wonderful life right there. Just like, just dump from body to body. That's just dopest. You know what? This is why I'm saying they need to do a Dead Man movie. Something that would actually be a pretty dope movie to watch. I don't
know, man. We seen Fallen, man. You know where it's gonna go.
I don't know. I like the idea of Dead Man. That's just me personally and stuff. I
don't know. See a Dead Man movie. I can barely get a series out of that thing, man.
Look, if they do a Dead Man show, it'll be just like Quantum Leap. That's like, yo, fix this nigga's life. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
This time around, I'm going to save lives. One of those.
Trying to save my soul so I can get back to heaven. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know about that. Whatever.
I don't know. But like, so they finally get there and stuff, and that's when Constantine finally is able to use the holy shotgun on all the demons.
Plus fucking plus 15 crit damage.
Between him and Herschel and Walking Dead, it's like, do y'all reload that gun? I don't see no reloading. All right, cool.
Nah, but you saw, speaking of hit damage, you saw what he did. He used the sprinkler system to wear their ass down.
Well, yeah, I forgot Shia, Chaz goes up inside the water system and put the Holy Cross inside the water system and stuff. And I was like, oh, that was pretty genius. I would have never.
That's how it works.
I wish that he just did this the whole time before he put it in there, and I was like, all right, cool. You bless the water before. All right, cool. But
nah, this nigga was like Kobe.
let me put this cross inside the water. That'll work. Cool. We golden. We cool.
I let shout out to my boy David. My boy David. I actually put this review up on Three Black Geeks before of his. I'm gonna put it up there again, but he said it best at that point. Because that's how that works. Because that's exactly how you just dump it in. Like, yeah, now it has all the holy power in it.
Plus 50 holy.
Oh Lord, yeah. I'm like, how that shit don't dissolve though.
Hold on, what you say?
Literal splash damage. Literal.
I really was.
Yo, man, look, that defense. No, this ain't like you. Use holy sprinklers. Hit damage goes down.
My man Constantine got in that room with all them demons and literally read them their Miranda rights and was like, all right, bet, let's go.
That was Constantine as fuck. That's some Constantine shit that he did. He was like, look, I'm giving y'all 15 minutes to get the fuck up out of here. Go meet you.
I know all of you demons just got here, so I'm gonna do you a favor.
Do you a solid, all right? You don't want to go back to hell. Just go ahead and leave out of here. I'll give you a head start, all right? Come on.
I ain't gonna be just be real. If you keep low, I'm not even gonna be looking for you. So this is a grand opportunity to get the fuck out the room.
Because I see a whole fucking mess of light goddamn weights. So
this was literally Constantine. This is like the early version of before we get started. Anybody want to leave? It's like, well, he gave you a warning, and then he put the sprinklers on there. I was like, hey, what's going on here? Why is my skin melting? Ah, shit.
I fucking love that delayed ass reaction because like they was about that shit though, how they all were like getting up there. It's like, oh, this motherfucker think he King Day-Lane. What's that? Why am I cooking? Motherfucker, you.
Oh no. He got me. So at this point, they kill all the demons and they find Angela inside the pool and stuff. At this point, Satan's son is inside of her already and stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, he's swimming in that bitch. And speaking of which, I just gotta, I gotta say this, Chris. That last scene, if Jonathan Rhys Meyers did it, it would have been so much better. I just named two people, two British men who were doing nothing at that time at Frame, who were perfect to do Constantine. I'm just saying, if it was one, whatever. All right, go on for it.
So that's when they finally get her down. Him and Chaz get her down, and they start pretty much reciting. What they reciting? The
you know what? I always hate this shit. They was reciting Latin. It was like, get rid of the demon type prayer.
Yeah. So,
and I say I hate this shit because I'm always saying like, okay, why Latin? Well, like I know this is I know this is basically Catholic high fantasy. I get that shit, but why is it always Latin? Because if it's going to be anything, wouldn't it be like Hebrew?
Something like that, I would figure.
I'm just saying, I don't know, man.
Play the devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming because it's a dead language.
Yeah, that sounds about.
That's the only thing you can say. I get that. Because God, I hate Americans because ain't shit.
I mean, look. I mean, that's some Indiana Jones shit, bro. That is some Indiana Jones shit right there. Like, it's a dead language, son. All right, I guess.
Yo, be that, but that doesn't explain why does it work on demons. It works on demons when you shut the fuck up.
How about that?
You know what? I think I said something like that in church. My dad literally punched me like any. You know what? Oh God, man, I was terrible in church because I pointed out plot holes all the time, and I got punished for it. I hated that so much.
Like, so how did Cain and Abel have kids again? Isn't that kind of incest?
Oh man, I got punched for that. I got punched for that. I got punched for God. It was something that happened with Daniel and the Lion's Den. It was something that happened with that, and I forgot what I questioned. And the teacher pretty much called my parents and told me that I was disrupting class.
So your son's a heathen.
This little nigga over here pointing out flaws.
The Bible shit.
It's unfallible. You can't add it.
You ask questions, you son of a bitch.
Whoa. Like, whoa. What you trying to say? That when Jesus wrote this book, actually, Jesus didn't write that book. You get the fuck out of this school.
Hey, look. Hey, you know what? You know what's funny? Hey, you know what stumped somebody one day? I was in high school when this happened, right? And I remember somebody was like, Jesus loves and all that stuff. And I was like, what about that one time Jesus flipped the table in the temple? Silence.
Well, no, that was. I was like, no. Just like somebody, I was like, that's Jesus being human, man. Like, but no, it ain't. Like, yeah, that was Jesus being.
It's like I did
that same shit because I was in a Bible study once, and like the teacher was like, "Oh, there's only one perfect person. It was Jesus." I was like, "You're missing the whole point of the Jesus story. Like
he flipped the table."
That's the whole point. Like, he's supposed to be like us. Like he wasn't perfect. What are you saying?
and then also I always get somebody on this one. They was like yeah, man, because they'll make that point. I'm like, do you know why Jesus actually did it? They were doing that shit in the house of God. Do you know what that whole story means? Nah, I ain't think about it that deep. Then you're not reading the Bible correctly, nigga.
hey, but also
this is not a history book, motherfucker.
Also, to show how ain't shit I was, I did get like plucked in the ear by my mom on this one. I literally was just joking, but my mom takes religion very seriously. I was like, so we're celebrating Easter by celebrating zombie Jesus. Pluck, and I'm like, okay, my bad. Jesus Christ, my bad. I was like, my bad.
You want to see somebody in their feelings. Angie, my wife, is one of the most very, very, I'll say she's one of the most modern Christian women out there. But my wife is real as shit. She a thug. That's why I love her. That's why I love my baby. But the one thing, my wife loves getting on my mother-in-law's nerves off of one thing. She's like, you do realize Easter is all about fertility. Why you gotta bring up something else? That's what the Easter Bunny is, mama. No, that's pagan worship every year. And her mama goes, la 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 la. Like, mom, but that's what that is also. And I like Christmas. That ain't Christian either, mama. Shut up, Angie.
But here's the thing. So I saw Constantine in theaters. I felt like an asshole laughing at this, but I laughed because of the suddenness of it, right? So,
oh God, are you all right?
So,
I think you were going to talk about. Go ahead.
So at what point, Chaz and Constantine, they finally get the demon that's in her stomach, and they're thinking they exercise it out of her. All of a sudden, just Shia gets slammed on the ceiling, slammed on the ground, slammed on the ceiling, and falls. I was like, the fuck? I was just laughing hysterically because it felt so random. I'm like, wow, it's like the movie Buck Trent on a good ending. It was like, no, you don't get a good ending. Somebody gotta die. I was like,
I had to use a Mystery Science Theater line off that one, because when he was like, yeah, it's Chaz Kramer mother, bow, and just like that, it's over. Wow.
Look,
Constantine is what? Because people around Constantine fucking die.
They died. Let's make it very clear. They died.
Me being an asshole, though, I was kind of like, he died off that bullshit? Like, really? I felt like an asshole because I was like, I would have survived that. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Maybe. He's like,
I don't know, man. We get that zoom in on his neck snap. They did the Gwen Stacy so I don't know.
Look. D would tell you. D saw. I think he did see the movie. I remember when that Spider-Man movie came out and that Gwen Stacy came up. I kind of was sort of low key in my head, Birdman hair up, and like, any minute now we're getting that Gwen Stacy scene.
When she showed up in the outfit, I was like, oh, here it is.
Yeah,
here it is. Here we are.
Yeah. No, the second she started falling, my tears already started rolling out. Like, yep, here we go. Oh, it had to make a sound too.
Oh, dude,
it had to make it wasn't even like a loud crack. It was subtle. That's what made it so.
It was a thud. I was like, oh, you showed that shit. Like that was like a quick poof. I'm like, oh shit. Whoa. Wow.
No ambiguity there.
No ambiguity there. She ain't coming back for the sequel. Nope.
Yep. And because of that, and this is just D's theory, because of that, they made one of my favorite characters of all time one of the most annoying characters in Marvel right now for D. Thank you very much for that. Hey, we better get in her neck snap, but whatever.
All I'm saying is this, though. Look, all I'm saying is this, though. Like, when that happened to Chaz, I was just sitting there like, well, grand opening, grand closing for you, buddy. Because
Chaz, glad to bring you here. Look, don't worry about it, Shia. I think in 2 years, you're about to get your fucking breakout movie. Don't worry about it, son.
Transformers, baby.
What are you talking about? Cars.
All right. Hey, I got a question. I got a question for you, Shia. Now, think about this. That's going to be your co-star. Yeah, I'm going to let her fuck you. I don't think you can do that, Michael. I don't think I can either. But you want to get in?
This is why I'm not as angry for like Zack Snyder, because it's like I like Michael Bay's insanity. So it's like, you know what? I understand the Snyder cult. It's like I don't like it, but it's like I get it. Look. Because I am a fan of Michael Bay's insanity, so I feel like a hypocrite by virtue of saying,
Chris, you made yourself sound to me, and this is just me being not down to you, but you made yourself sound like the one black guy on the side. Yeah, Mike.
Yo, look. When I saw Bay when he came to DC to film that second Transformers movie, man, I was like, I got to shake the hands of Michael Bay. This is gonna be insane. It's gonna be shit, but it's gonna be insane. I don't care. Let's go. And I'm like, I'm part of the problem.
To this day, Michael Bay, how the fuck did you make me almost fall asleep watching giant robots fight? I love watching giant robots fight.
I told that to Chris.
How the fuck did you make it tedious, Michael? How did you do that?
I did not know. That what was the name of that? Not Revenge of the Fallen, Chris. The last one.
Oh, last night?
The last night. Oh my God. It was so bad. Bro. I remember leaning over to Chris. I was like, dog, I swear to God, why is this movie still on? Why is it like Chris like D? Look, it's probably going somewhere. No, it's not. You know it's not.
I know
I'm
it's not.
bored. I'm ready to go home now.
I mean, it's to the degree, and that's so like when that happens, that's when Gabriel pops up out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, John, thanks for giving me the spear of destiny." I'm like, "Well,
Plot twist.
plot twist."
Tap dancing androgynous angel. Tap dancing androgynous angel.
I mean, look, Tilda Swinton knows how to play that androgynous person. God bless her, man. She is like perfect. She is perfect for that, man. I mean, it's I don't know. It's like, and the funny thing is, like, I never like this was the first movie I seen her in, and I know she did movies prior to that, but this was like the very first movie I seen her in. So it was like I thought no bullshit. Like before somebody told me that was a woman, I was like, is she like David Bowie? Like she just do anything like that? And
no,
like,
no. What you didn't know is that white women who are British, 75 pounds, and are 5'10", all look like David Bowie.
that's what threw me off when I saw her, and I was like, because the thing of it is, like when I saw like her boobs taped up, I was like, at the time I didn't know. I was just like, well, maybe that's just part of the costume. But like I said, knowing that was
I think that was a part of the costume because now I do remember this on the commentary. They said that Tilda, they wanted to get a woman anyway to play Gabriel just because it bucked the trend of it being a man. Yeah. That was just what it is. Now, see, that's kind of that, and that's why when people get overly excited for, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but for a representation in a movie, it's not as fucking needed as you think it is. Sometimes it's just the director, the writer, or even the producers going like, you know what? Let's just make that for that. For fuck's sake. Why?
I mean, if you think about, but again, if you look at the time period too, and that's what kind of makes this interesting, is that like the internet back then, like I said, it was message boards, right? But you never felt like when they casted Tilda as Gabriel, like it was this big, hey man, we're gonna write this article about representation.
Oh, they would have. They'll do. They definitely do that now.
And they will do it now. But I felt when they did it then, it was just kind of like, and maybe just because people didn't know about Constantine, it was just like, oh, she's a good actress. All right, let's keep moving.
We were, and note this: we didn't move on to anything else. We were still there.
Yeah.
I feel like this motherfucker's not British. He's not blonde. And the coat's not brown. That's what we're still there.
So it was like, we don't care about the other stuff. So, that is kind of weird how the internet was then. It's like it's like I don't know. Like that's the weird part about like message boards. It's like they were hung up on the Constantine changes, but they didn't care about her being.
You want to know why?
It was weird, man.
It's very simple. It's very simple. When women realized that they outnumbered us in this geek shit, that's when shit changed.
Yeah.
When they realized their number, I don't think they outnumber men when it comes to being in all these cults and all this shit. I don't really think they outnumber us, but I think it's like this. Damn, bitch, we got a lot of power.
I mean, yeah.
I tell you right now, I guarantee you, and I will take this to the fucking bank. There are more women who read manga than there are men who read comic books.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, if you're on the ground floor of anime, I think a lot of us know that already. But you tell that to other people, they'll be like, "Then that's not true." I'm like, "Then you don't know women, sir."
Here's the thing. I knew that was a fact back in 2004. I knew that. And I noticed because every time I would go to get manga, it was always women there. Always women there. Always a black girl there.
And what's amazing to me, or not amazing, but it's kind of fucking funny, is like it's the reverse. So like whenever I would go to the bookstore a couple of years ago, so there would be more women in the aisle. So they'll be like, "Oh, you read manga?" So it'd be like, how we have a girl go to a comic book store and the guys, "Oh, you read comic books?" So it'd be like, "Oh, you read manga?" Like, what the fuck is this? What this feels like?
I remember just looking. I was looking for Full Metal Alchemist, but I stopped and actually looked at one of the Dragon Ball books. It was like, I don't know, like General Towers or whatever bullshit. I don't know, one of the old ones. And I remember that was the first time I got into a fight with two girls. I got into a fight with them. Dragon Ball's trash. I'm sorry, who are you, bitch? And I realized that everybody in the conversation is one dude and 6 girls. And that's when it hit me. Oh, I'm the minority now. Holy shit.
Now here's the kicker. All right, so get back to the movie. So
right,
Gabriel's already like, yo, she's about to fucking make her big move. So Constantine was like, all right, I'm running out of options. Fuck it. Slits his wrists. Lucifer pops down.
Gotta be real with you. He did it across instead of going down. I'm just saying, results or were you trying to be dramatic, nigga? What you doing?
I mean, yeah.
And again, Lucifer comes down, not British, not blonde.
Hey,
Okay.
look. I'm always loving interpretations of Lucifer. My man came out there in that clean ass white suit, and I was like, okay.
Peter
right.
Stromer, is that how you say Stromer?
Yeah, Stromer. It's just Stromer, I think.
Stromer. I gotta tell you this. This is one of my top 5 favorite Lucifers I have ever seen on the big screen. He was only here for 7 minutes, and he loved it. Loved him.
Yo, so basically,
which by the way, this I don't know. This kind of bothers me about movies, but like, I really hate like the cliche, like, you know, evil, demonic, twisted face. Like, you know, Lucifer's supposed to be the finest motherfucker you've ever seen. Like, that's like he's supposed to look like. Like, he's supposed to, like, that's why he's disarming, distract. Like, he's supposed to be the most attractive motherfucker you have ever laid eyes on.
Kind of like the TV show.
Yeah, like I don't pretty much like the actor that does Lucifer, but here's me. That's Lucifer. I'll probably fuck him. Yeah.
He's supposed to be dripping in sauce because he's supposed to be the prince of lies and deceit. The fuck.
Exactly.
Hey, look, man. I remember my mom. I told her I was watching Lucifer, right? And she's like, "Man, you know, they made that Lucifer look so pretty in order to get people to watch." I'm like, "I think that's probably the point." You know,
like
why would they make Lucifer ugly? What?
Like, have you read it says here he was his favorite. Like,
it's like they want Lucifer to look like Clint Howard. It's like, come on.
But supposed to be dripping in sauce. God damn it.
That's what makes it so great when he's in crisis. And I'm like, so
you know what?
So John, did you fuck Lucifer? I'm assuming you did, because he's looking at you with them eyes like y'all bumped ugly. He's like, that happened. All right.
Yo, you know what? Here's the funny thing. That's an old black woman thing, though. I love that. That has not changed ever since I've been born. Any black dude that look way too good, get away from me. No, you the devil. Look at his eyes. They funny.
I mean, look. Didn't we say that when Tyler Perry's Temptation with that bald dude that made the face meat or whatever and shit? The mom was like, he's the devil, honey. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yo, even with has that happened to me with girls? All right, 1 or 2 where it's like, no. That's me calling my wife 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, I ain't coming home. Yeah, bye.
Hey,
my son contacted me 20 years later. Why you just leave us, Daddy? I'm gonna keep it real with you, son. I found the best pussy in the world. I couldn't face nobody for the rest.
Hey, look, let's be real. There are women that will outright sit there and say there's some men that are like literally on some Lucifer, they're trouble.
Yeah, and there's some women out there. I swear to God, spawn of Satan. Like, they came out. Satan literally hawked a loogie and they fell out of it.
you're just sitting there. Look, there's a reason why they made that movie Death by Temptation. It's kind of the same premise. It's like this beautiful ass black woman out here fucking killing all these men. Oh, she's Satan. She's Satan.
Yo, girl got a pussy so good, if she grabs it, throw it in the air, turn to the sun.
Yo, but what makes this whole scene fucking hilarious, John's like, yeah, you want my soul, but guess what? Gabriel's trying to take your throne. Oh, word? Okay, cool.
What? I like how you're like, whoa. What?
Wait a minute, what?
For real? Sit right there, I'll be right back. Let me check
right back. I won't let you bleed out, John. I'll be back with you. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no. He showed up. Yo, he pulled up on Gabriel. Let me tell you something, you non-binary looking motherfucker. I know you was not walking up in here.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. This was John's plan, because as soon as it happens, you see the fucking light from Ghost from Heaven pop up, and he's getting pulled up, and Lucifer's like, hold up. Did he just dupe me? Son of a bitch.
You know what? Here's the funny thing about Lucifer and all accounts.
Again, another most Constantine moment. As he's ascended to heaven, what does he do?
Gives him a finger. I was like, if there is nothing else Constantine in this movie, that right there is the most Constantine thing to do.
But here's the funny part is that Satan is like, oh, bet. Let me go ahead and take that cancer out of you. So, you can come back. And then hopefully we meet. I'll roll the dice and we'll meet again. I was like, wow, that's a kind of a dick move a little bit.
No. You know what that?
Excuse me. I have a question. He slid his wrist. He wasn't dying from the lung cancer just being. He was dying from bleeding out.
Shh, don't tell the scriptwriters that, Prime. Don't say that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay.
Don't tell the scriptwriters that, Prime.
Actually, hold on. Actually, now I get why he did it across and not straight down. He all right.
He'll heal up.
Look, he all right. Just give.
Hold on, that was the intent then. That's the second most Constantine thing of the scene. He was bullshitting.
Okay. Yo, yeah, it's like tape him up, give us some whiskey and ibuprofen, he'll be fine.
Yo, but I'm just laughing that Satan literally was like, all right, I'll take the fucking tumors out your lungs. You'll be back. And I'm like, I mean, maybe.
You know, it's good interpretation because everything looked all tarry and like bloody and guck and all that stuff. Even with Satan himself, you know what I mean? Like, even though that was drip, in my opinion. Even though.
I don't know, man. I think that's Peter Stormare every day, honestly. That's
it is. He just came. I like how. I do love the flip side of this, though, how like in this one he's Satan, and then the next time these two saw each other in the movie, he was hiding behind a desk like Boba Yaga. Let me tell you something, man. That was my brother. I ain't had shit to do with it.
Yo, but here's the funny part is that Lucifer literally looks at fucking Gabriel, made her human now, and I was like, well, damn, that's fucked up.
Like, yeah, you wanted to be like us so bad. Actually, when I saw that, I was like, can he actually do that? like I'm not saying that he can't, but because if you want to take the interpretation that Satan is pretty much God too, I don't know, whatever.
Well, hold on, man. In the scene when Gabriel threw a punch at him, he realized, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, God's not protecting you anymore." Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, you remember Constantine basically was telling her that at the beginning of the movie when they were in that restaurant and stuff. He was like, yeah, why are you down here and stuff? God doesn't love you. Come on.
Chris, are you saying this movie foreshadowed shit?
Yeah, they kind of.
Are you actually trying to tell me that this movie did put effort when they didn't put effort in giving this nigga a regular I'm not saying that you had to have him. You didn't have to have him blonde, but Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was doing nothing. He was doing nothing at the goddamn time, man. Seriously. Tudors didn't even start shooting yet.
He didn't Ritz crackers. That is something to do, sir. How dare you, sir? That's the Sunday evening. Let that man eat his Ritz crackers and watch his goddamn TV shows, okay?
I mean, he ain't lying on that one, man. I mean, hey, look, but you know what? To this day, I'm very happy that Matt Ryan literally pulled the fucking Robert Downey Jr. and he's like, hey, put me in a movie, put me in a TV show, put me in anything, and I'll be there. And they do. I gotta give him credit.
Which is fucking crazy. Like, we live in a day and age where Constantine was using a children's television show. How fucking wild is that?
Yeah, I know, right?
How fucking wild is that? That's what we are now.
We've come up now. We have officially come up. I mean, because it's funny. We talk about how this movie.
I'm sorry, you said children's cartoon. Wait a minute, he was in a children's cartoon when?
He was in Justice League Action. Yep. There was a fucking episode. Well, he's in a lot of episodes, but there was one scene where it was him. I think it was a shot with him, Swamp Thing, Lobo, and some other Vertigo characters. I was like, "This is where we are now." Okay.
Hey, look,
Justice League Action. Yeah, God, there's still like a whole bunch of Justice League Action episodes I never watched. Yeah, so
so two things happened in this ending that I didn't eye roll, but it was just like, because he quit smoking. He chews gum because hey, he doesn't smoke anymore. He chews nicotine gum now apparently. But then also at the end, there's a post credits fucking scene. They actually did that in this movie, where we find out Chaz is an angel now. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's an angel watching over Constantine. All right.
I'm mad that I didn't know that.
Yeah, they did a post credit.
I know about the details of them having extra scenes and all the rest of that. How did I not know that?
I didn't know until I bought the DVD, because I think when I saw it in the movie theater, I just watched. I was like, yeah, it was okay, and I just walked out the theater, didn't pay any mind. So it's like you're watching the DVD, and it's like this was in the theatrical cut. Oh, all right, cool.
Here's my ass getting ready to boot shit up. Like, hold on, wait a minute. Did I stop this shit premature?
But you know what's funny? Like we talk about like this movie and like their feelings and stuff. It's kind of almost like how NBC was for that Constantine TV show. Like they were kind of like, it was kind of weird how they treated that show. But I'm like, dude, you have a show called Grimm. Why are you treating Constantine like this? This is
they
weird.
didn't know. No, let's keep it 1,000. They didn't even treat Grimm with the respect that they should have done, man.
Yeah.
And look, I feel like, look, I love that show, but I feel like it was doing that fucking boom where all of a sudden everybody wanted to comic book something on their network because
CBS got Supergirl and all that.
Because remember they had Wonder Woman 2 at the same time, but they didn't do shit with that.
I'm kind of glad they didn't, to be honest.
I'm so real talk. I'm glad they didn't either. No matter how much I love fucking Mockingbird, I'm like, that pilot.
You dodged the bullet.
but that fucking fight scene at the end though.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's funny though? But you know what's funny though, to like the credit of the movie, like this is 2005, so like it beat out Hitch, on the second weekend, which is kind of funny because Hitch was like the huge movie at that time.
I don't think it was. Well, wait a minute. In the second week.
Yes, Hitch was on the second weekend.
Hitch having problems. I don't remember being like, getting washed or nothing like that.
But it was like a huge movie at that time. And it's like, so he beat out Hitch. All right, cool. It was just kind of weird how that went and stuff. Because I was looking at the list of movies that came out. I swear to God, D, why did I think Son of Mask came out in 2000? It came out in 2005, the same weekend as the movie.
Wow.
So it was just all week for comic book movies that whole year, huh? Okay.
Wow.
I mean, you count Son of Mask as a comic book movie? I don't.
Look, it's still The Mask. And you know what's amazing with The Mask? The Mask is one of the most darkest comics out there.
Oh, yes, it is. But hey,
because Jim Carrey said smoking, the pop culture doesn't care. That's what I hate about that.
Cartoon. Like, have you ever actually read the Mask comic books? It's fucked up shit. It's some real fucked up shit. It's
really grim. And real talk, Dark Horse should be proud to have that under their belt. That they have that thing is fucking amazing.
To be fair, that's like, to be honest with you, the Mask blowing up as big as it did was kind of what New Line was hoping Spawn could do for them, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. You were trying to go for somebody that wasn't in Marvel or DC, and you wanted to be big. What happened with Spawn was it was just average at best.
John Leguizamo, but that was about it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. It's
by the way, his fucking clown was fucking pitch perfect.
I know, right?
Like, did they just peel this thing out of the comic book? Goddamn, for real?
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of weird because I look at all the movies that came out, and it's kind of interesting how like now comic book movies are kind of like dominant in like the box office. If you look at like just at any point in time, if you look at the top 10, you're bound to throw a rock and you hit a comic book movie in the top 10.
That's what's going to make it so interesting in the next 10 years.
Yep.
It really is, because what we just went through, my criticism aside from what happened, these were billion-dollar movies. Can you keep that up? How do you top that? And like, when do we plateau? Have we already plateaued? All these questions are going to start popping up, and it's going to be really interesting for comic book movies. Because like, I should be hyped for the Wonder Woman movie. I am. But I'm not. I'm scared because I really feel that the bottom's going to fall out with any of these comic book movies, man.
But you know what's funny? Like, when Constantine came out, it actually did moderately well. It didn't blow up the box office, but it did moderately well, right? I fucking hated year in and year out. We getting that Constantine sequel? Are we getting a Constantine sequel? Are we getting a Constantine sequel? And it was always, well, we're thinking about it, and it never happened.
Good. It didn't. But I will say this. Because of this movie, Hellblazer got a shot of life that
That is true.
totally deserved. That it totally deserved. Even if there was only a couple people to look at the actual. That's why that's kind of funny. Nobody gave a shit about how the mask really is. But anyway, but still,
we love Jim Carrey. Yay!
I don't know, but there's a lot of respect. But people saw what Hellblazer really is, man, and ever since it worked. It's actually how I got into Constantine. I was shocked. Like, I was really shocked at how Constantine as integrated with the DC world. I'm like, wait a minute, he's doing what with who? Like, that shocked me. I didn't know that was a thing.
Same way. I mean, this movie did something good that got me to go like, well, you know what? Let me go back and actually read the fucking comic books now, because I'm kind of insist. Because like I said, I didn't know that much about him at the time because I only seen him in Swamp Thing. I mean, just enough.
Technically, you could kind of treat this as like an Elseworlds Constantine kind of thing if you think about it.
Yeah, I hate being that person, but I do.
Which, by the way, I think in one of the most recent Constantine series, they did this awesome ass thing where they took all the best possible versions of Constantine and made like into it's like the best possible Constantine, and in the group was Keanu Reeves Constantine and Matt Ryan's Constantine.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember because I only read like the first 2 issues. I was like, oh, this is good. I'm waiting for the trade, and I kind of like forgot about it.
Crisis on Infinite Constantines.
But I don't mean that as a bad thing. Like, when I did read, I did like it. It just kind of just fell off my radar.
Yeah, I mean,
where he's like trying to prevent an apocalypse. Like, I'm trying to remember who's the writer, but I would definitely recommend at least checking out the first issue.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun. No, it's kind of funny that you said, hey, like you kind of fell off. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm like that with every Vertigo comic. I was always like that. Like, oh man, it's interesting. Issue number 4 come out. I'm gone.
I think the only Vertigo series I ever seen all the way through to the end is Sandman and that fucking underwater thing that Scott Snyder did.
Really?
Oh, and the Books of Magic.
Hey, all I'm saying is
no, this. I'm not. No, that underwater. I know what was the name of that bitch. I know what you're talking about.
It's called The Wake. Okay, no, it wasn't called The Wake. Hold on. What's that shit?
I forgot what the fuck it was called, but I know what you're talking about. You read all of it?
Yeah, like the first was it 12 issues? Like the first half was about the underwater thing. That was interesting. Then it turned to some fucking like the later half turned to some bullshit ass race around the world Max ripoff. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this. But I kept reading it. Huh?
Oh no.
But I kept reading it because I kept going, well, maybe it'll go back to the first premise. It didn't.
I mean, look, I'll tell you what, man. I'm sitting up there looking at the fact that they're doing that Sandman TV series, so I'm like, is Matt Ryan's Constantine going to be in that? I mean, that'd be cool.
Only if Tom Ellis's Lucifer is in that motherfucker too.
Yeah, they need to. They need to. I mean, CW already kind of said that, Lucifer is part of that whole little world, so why not? So but yeah, it's funny, like the movie by itself.
But ain't all of them connected now? Because
everything is connected.
Yeah,
I'm like gonna say, ain't like Doom, because one Doom Patrol like on Legends or something like that.
No. Doom Patrol and Titans are still kind of like separated from stuff.
All right, so they're still separated. Okay,
it's still part of the multiverse, but it's kind of like separated from the other stuff on the CW and stuff. So like,
okay.
Because Lucifer is like
I already knew, but Lucifer is.
Yeah. Earth 90 was it Earth 666 or something like that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
fuck you for being so basic, whoever that was.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
don't be surprised. You know what you are. You know what this is.
CW.
Come on, I ain't mad. I'm just saying this is.
It was like, yeah, we gotta go see Lucifer, and I was like, now entering Earth 666. I was like, well, of course it is. Wow,
that shit got the slowest golf clap out of me. I was like, look at them, basic Betty bitches. Look at them.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go basic. That because somebody was jerking themselves like, oh man, 666. I'm like, guys,
somebody thought that was somebody thought it was like, the one comic book fan that really likes comics. That guy, he loved it.
You couldn't even like a key cut, like the issue number he appeared in Sandman. You couldn't do that. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, but the movie, but the Constantine movie itself, I will admit, it's entertaining, and the funny thing is, the movie goes by quick. I will give the movie credit; it doesn't wear out its welcome. It's like boom, 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 done.
Yeah, this shit is 2 hours. It was 2 hours and 5 minutes.
It don't even feel like two. It don't feel like 2 hours.
Flat out 2 hours, and it actually moves. Like you said, it moves. It actually really.
And I think that's probably why it helps it, because if that shit was like lingering, I would have been like, "Yo, fuck this movie."
Like, wrap it up, B.
Wrap this shit up. Yo, but I think what made it, because it's like the only reason why I felt the movie. Well, go ahead.
No, it just didn't over explain itself. That's really what it was. The movie really didn't have to do that.
I mean, it told a basic story and stuff, and like I said, it's one of those. If you read the comics, you'll definitely feel some way. But just as a movie by itself, it's like it's fine. I mean,
yeah, I think that's the most egregious thing you can say about it. It's like it's not a bad movie. It's a questionable movie. It's okay. It exists. It's a thing that happens.
I mean, it's like I said, it's just amazing what comic book movies were coming out in 2005 at the time and stuff. It was just like, all right, Constantine is out, and it didn't make that splash, because you think about it, like I said, yeah, Batman Begins, you had Elektra. I'm looking at the list. V for Vendetta was like making huge waves that year.
Oh my God, one of the most overhyped movies and stories of all time.
Fantastic Four came out that year. Sin City came out that year too. Yeah, Son of Mask. Yeah, and like really the only one, the one that was utter shit, and I will never forgive Marvel for this, that piece of shit sci-fi original movie Man Thing that had no Man Thing in it. And I'm like, the hell was this? What was this?
Wait a minute. That was a thing?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Sci-fi made a Man Thing movie. It was touted as like this big deal, and it was actually, it was supposed to come out in theaters, didn't, and then it kind of got like basically pushed to a sci-fi original movie, and it didn't even have Man Thing in it like that. And I was like, so there's not really Man Thing. And the funny part was, a lot of people mistook it as a Swamp Thing movie, and I'm like, they're not the same.
Put this on Swamp Thing. Did you put that even on Swampy? How dare you?
Because the cover of it looked like Swamp Thing, and I'm like, you lied, Marvel. What are you doing?
Dude. The cover. Wait. Hold on. No, it don't. Oh no, that's not the green, sir. No. No.
I mean, actual disrespect.
I mean, it was just like.
Oh no, that was me. Look, I'm sorry, Chris. That was me being a mark for Swamp Thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, look. I'm such a mark for Swamp Thing that I will watch the Return of Swamp Thing, because it's stupid, but fuck it, I'll watch it. Why not? You know, it's ridiculous. God, man. God, they really did go gritty as hell with that Swamp Thing movie back in the 80s, didn't they? Huh. I was just thinking about that just now. I was like, man. Anyways, but that's it for us talking about Constantine, on this Halloween month and such. Are we doing any more movies for Halloween?
Yes, we do. Of course we are. This whole month. Next week, if Eris will show up, he better, because this is his movie. He wanted me to do it. It's like, nah, he will be here next week. But the movie we're gonna do next week is the John Carpenter classic, They Live. And I'm sorry, Prime. What? That nigga put his hands up quick.
I thought we were doing Lady in the Water, but They Live. All right,
Coach.
No.
Coach, tag me in, Coach.
All right, cool. I ain't got a problem with that nigga. You know I don't. But They Live is gonna be fun, because I only watched it once, and that was like when I was like 8. So this is gonna be fun for me.
Oh, They Live. They Live is my favorite fucking movie, past just the fight with fucking Keith David and Roddy Piper. Like, it's so much stuff in that movie that's just ridiculously 80s. It's like crazy. It's insane.
I like the fact that we still got a couple more John Carpenter things to go through. We haven't touched the first two Halloweens. I kind of refuse to go after any Halloween after 3, to be honest with you.
The only Hollywood movie we have done on 3BG was one where it was me, Joe, and Shaggy. We were talking about the Blumhouse Halloween movie.
Oh no, we did do a Halloween movie. The best Halloween movie.
We did Resurrection and H2O. My bad. Yeah, we did do those two.
I don't know. We didn't do H2O. We did Resurrection.
Yeah, we did Resurrection. Yeah,
we gotta do H2O. God damn it!
Yeah. So that's 2 Halloween movies we did. So yeah,
but the one I really want to do, of course, I want to do Season of Witch. Season of Witch is a fucking scary movie. That's a really scary fucking movie, and it's sad that we ain't doing it. But we gotta do. Well, I know we just like we're knocking John Carpenter stuff off left and right. So finally we get to do that and get to talk about Roddy Piper and shit like that. So that's about it.
All right, cool. So we will catch you guys later. And Prime, thanks for joining in on this.
Yeah, no problem. We're gonna be here next week, I guess.
All right. All right. Well, we catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.